agile projects. But the Zoho projects is specifically meant for waterfall or predictable projects, basically. And so to aid your planning, it allows you to be able to categorize it into milestones, task lists, and tasks. The whole idea is for predictable projects is that you're able to, for projects that you know how they should proceed and how they should be carried out, you know, from the beginning to the end, you'll be able to break it down in such a way that you're able to think through every aspect of it so that you're able to get it done within time and within budget, because you're able to get to the nitty-gritty of every aspect of the project, look out for what the various risks are when you're able to see clearly what you have been able to plan out. So basically, so we say why Zoho project. We talk about the ease of use, the ease of comprehension for you to understand what you're doing, how it shows you graphically. It has different views for you to be able to see it once you've already drawn out your plan. And even in the planning process and the various ways you might want to plan it, then it's also integrated in the sense that because Zoho projects is part of a Zoho suite of applications. You can combine it with other Zoho applications, and not just Zoho applications. You can also share some of its resources with other necessary applications out there, right? And also you have the Zoho projects on mobile, which means that you don't have to be on your desktop or on your laptop. You're on the move on your phone, you can access it to be able to know where you are on your projects or whatever you need to do concerning your projects. So basically, that's why we strongly recommend Zoho projects. So in talking about the projects, if you remember, we first talked about the fact that it's meant for predictable projects. So, and I said that if you're going to do it in such a way, if you are going to do it that way, you want to break it down. You want to have milestones, you want to have task lists, you want now break down the task list to tasks, and if necessary to subtasks. Now, a good rule of thumb when you want to break down, you don't have to break it down this way because it depends on the type of project. Now, if you have a project that is going to probably take you 3 to 4 months or something, I will always recommend something like this or beyond. I will always recommend breaking it down to milestone, task lists, tasks, and subtasks if necessary. Now, why is this necessary sometimes? Now, it depends on the organization and what their project management rules are. But a good rule of thumb when you want to break down a task is that a task should be a minimum of 1 day, 1 working day. For many organizations, 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours, minimum of 1 working day and maximum 3 working days. If it's beyond 3 working days, it's advisable that you break it down into subtasks. The reason being that it's easier to catch issues or problems that could create delays or risks or whatever if they are broken down further, if they are beyond 3 days. So that because if let's say you break down a project to a task to be at least 1 week, if there are issues within 2-3 days and you don't catch it, that's already a breeding ground for delays and other risks that you might not have caught on, So basically that's how it's suggested that you should break it down. And Zoho Projects helps you to break it down easily. Moreover, if your project is very small, you can just go ahead and directly create tasks. You don't have to break it down this way. And you can also, and after you've done the breakdown into milestones, task lists, and tasks, and probably subtasks, you can easily attach the dependencies. You can do them directly on the task list, or you can on the Gantt chart, you can just drag and drop, drag to do carry out the dependencies, depending on the type of dependencies that you want to display. Now, for the to manage the project, when you've broken it down, if you remember, we talked about breaking it down into milestones, task lists, and tasks. This is just a screenshot of what it's like once it's broken down. This is a milestone. This is a milestone, and then this is a task list, and then these are the tasks for the project. This is the list view. That's just when if you just want to see it one by one from the list view. Then, if you want to be able to view it from the Gantt chart, this is how you will see it. I was talking about drag and drop dependencies. You just drag and drop it here, right? We'll do all of this on the live account, so that we'll demonstrate how it's done. So this is how the Gantt chart is going to look like, right? Showing you each and every of the projects, for instance, this indicates how far it has gone and how far you have left, something like that. And then you also have the Kanban view. If you want to be able to see it from this view, just to be able to, if necessary, drag and drop, this is the Kanban view. For most projects, for most predictable projects, most project managers tend to use more of the Gantt chart and the list view. The Kanban view tends to be used more for agile projects or something, but you can also use it here if you choose to. And like I said, you can also use it on the mobile. Is that okay? So what I'm going to do now, I will take each point. I will go to the live. Just one moment. I'll go to the live and then show my screen, so as to demonstrate how each of them is carried out. Okay. So on this, one moment, please. Okay, one moment, please. Okay, so okay, this is what it looks. This is what a home screen looks like, right? And for the Zoho projects, this is a view of all the projects on the platform that we have here. On the side, right, you have this is the home. You have the home page. The home page is like the dashboard. It can also be called the dashboard page, where you can easily see what's going on all over your projects, the projects that done the open tasks, the issues, and all of that. So this is your home page. Then you have the reports. You have the report page, which where you can generate reports if and when you need to generate reports, right? For instance, showing you who is done what, and you can even get the number of hours and all of that from here. Then you also have, okay, like I showed, this is what I showed you earlier, the various projects and all. And you also have what is called collaboration. It has a collaboration tools that allows you to be able to communicate, especially when you are working with various teams from different parts of the world. Like for instance, we have a project where we are working with some people from other parts of the world. You can easily communicate on some of the projects directly from the. In fact, one of the biggest advantages of Zoho projects is its collaboration tools, right? Its collaboration tools are one of the very best in the industry because it allows you to for feeds, status, and stuff like that, and even chats. Yes, feed status and chats. You can chat directly with a member of the team and all of that. So, like I said earlier, you have tasks, you have task lists, milestones, task lists, and tasks. So um, I'm going to go to the project and to create a new project so that we can see what it's like to create a new project. Now, generally, you can Zoho has a lot of templates for different types of projects. So let's look at some of the templates. You can create your own templates. This was one that was created internally. Then these are the various templates that are in Zoho that you can easily choose. You can you can pick any of the templates and customize it for yourself. So like for instance, this is for a predefined software development in which how it's going to be carried out is known from beginning to the end. Unlike many agile projects where you're not too sure how it's going to be, so you want to take it step by step. So that's where the agile comes in. But for a software development where which is predictable in terms of carrying it out, this is suitable for you. You can either use so you have others like other templates like for website development, you have for IT support projects, security testing, um, you have for construction, you know, if you are in the construction industry, you have for, let's say, the pharmaceutical industry, like quality control and assurance, supply chain management for pharmaceutical companies, drug development and clinical trials. You know, in this situation, they prefer the Kanban view. So you can just pick any of these ones and you can pick any of these and customize it for your use. It's already predefined. However, you can also choose to create a new project from the scratch. So when you click on that, click and create project, you now have the chance to enter the project name. So let's start here. So by default, it will just pick your name here, or you can pick the name of anyone that you probably want to use to be like the owner of the project. Um, if you also want to pick a template, let's say a customized template, you know, you can this it's here you select the customized templates that you want to, and then here you select the beginning of the project when the project is supposed to begin. Let's say 1st of September. And then you now have the chance to select when the project is supposed to end. Let's say this is supposed to be almost 2 months or something. You can select it here. Now, this is the opportunity. This is where you have the option to make this a strict project. What does that mean? It means that you cannot change anything once it's fixed, right? You said like so. Here enlightens you on what that really means. Task, issues, milestones, any aspect of the project that has been scheduled cannot start or end outside the scheduled dates, which means if you're going to juggle the time you're going to for each task, you could juggle it, but these start and end dates are rigid. You cannot change them, right? And then if you have a project group, you now want to probably select here and put it under, if you have a different project group. Else, you ignore this. This is where you get the chance to describe what the project is all about. Then you come here and select the business hours. Now, most organizations, for us, we've already set it at the standard business hours, right? So if you have something else, it can be selected from here. And then you now have the task layout. The task layout is the standard layout. The standard layout we have here is um, what will be shown in terms of when we create the project, the normal layout. For instance, how I showed the list view which we will demonstrate here, right? And if you probably want to have a tag name for the project, you can enter the tag name here. And so basically, that's it. You also have the opportunity, let's say, because this is the standard layout, like I said, you also have the opportunity, the chance to select other template layouts, or you can even create a layout for yourself here, right? And then you now add the project. Now, the project has been created, right? So, because it has just been created, it has gone directly there. Now, this is the dashboard view because nothing has been created, so it just takes you automatically here. Now, this is under this gives you the chance to customize every aspect of the project from here. For this test project, we are going to the milestone. Don't forget, we talked about breaking down the project into milestones, task list, and tasks. You want milestones to show the progress, to show significant progress that you are making. For instance, if a project is supposed to be a 2-month project, you might want to make milestones that show a significant progress has been made, let's say in the first 3 weeks. It could be time-based, or it could be just like, for instance, if let's say it's construction, you are done with the foundation, or you've done with you are done, let's say the foundation, depending on the type of building, you're done with the foundation. The foundation should be a milestone, right? The lentils, lintel level supposed can be another milestone for the building, something like that. So you want to break them down into milestones. So if you're going to do that, you come to the milestone and create the milestone. And it's under milestones, you now have task lists. So let's say, for instance, we want to, okay, let's take, so I take foundation. Yes, foundation. Now, this is one milestone. Another, I can add lintel, lintel stage as another milestone. Now you can easily edit this milestone, right? So I call this foundation stage, right? So this is done. And then I can indicate the start date here. Okay, since the foundation stage is supposed to start first, I indicate that this is going to be first week of September. Okay. One moment, please. Okay, one moment. Or I can just go in here, right? And enter my task list, right? So the first task list is begin the depth. Yeah, digging depth. Well, digging depth. In concrete. Yeah, something like that. So now you can just go in here because this is digging depth, right? Now you now have the task. Now, what are the kind of tasks that can be involved in the digging of depth? You dig because depending on the, let's say, the soil structure and all of that, you can determine that let's say first first 500 first 500 let me see, let's say first no, let me see, first two, sorry, hold on, first 200 cm, first 200 cm depth, first 200 cm depth. You indicate the, sorry, hold on. Okay. You just enter it, you enter the name, and then you just press enter. Now, you can keep it as um, okay, you can leave it as open, which means that it has not been started yet, but it can be started at any point in time. Once you start, you just put in progress. Now, this part, this aspect, this status aspect can be customized, you know, like for instance, this is customized, open in progress, testing, UAT done, right? And closed. You can customize this status. Then you pick the start date. This is supposed to be first week of September. So it's supposed to start 1st of September. This is supposed to be, so as to make it easier for you, you can just pick the number. This is, let's say this is supposed to take 3 days. Yes, 3 days. So now, because you selected that it's supposed to start 1st of September, first day in September, and you've indicated that this is supposed to be 3 days, it will automatically select, enter the number of days for you. Now, you can indicate, okay, second Second. Yes, you enter also. Now, even if you are the owner, but you know you want to assign it to somebody else, you can easily assign it here. You just select whoever is supposed to be, whoever is going to, you want to work on it, right? And because that's why it says available users. So they will already be registered on the system. I will show you later where you can do that. You just register. So you just select whoever you want to carry this out, and then it will be done. This is supposed to be, let's say this is supposed to be 3 days also. Sorry. So here, you just pick the fourth day, right? So now it automatically selects when it's supposed to be completed because you indicated 3 days. Now this is Thursday, so it's selecting Thursday, Friday, and Monday. So basically, that's it. So this is how you get from. So let's go back a bit. Hold on. Oh, okay. So now you can see that, okay, let's go to task view. You can see that because we already selected we started working on it from the milestone. So, um, okay, this is the task, right? So if I said group by task list, I can ask to group by what? Milestone. This is what I've done now. So grouping it by milestone, you can see the indicator that this is the milestone. Now I've not entered anything for the lintel stage, but we entered a lot for we entered a bit for the foundation stage. This is the task list. This is one of the task lists. This is the second task list, digging depth, and these are the tasks under the task list, right? So the ease of use of creating it and making, for instance, you have to, let's say, for instance, we now found out that, okay, for some reason, this might take a little longer than planned. You can easily make the adjustments here, straight up. You just go directly to where you need to make the changes. You don't have to go through any process. So it's that ease of use, that is very that makes Zoho very, very very, very interesting. So I just demonstrated the task list here. One moment. One moment here. Okay. Okay, so I just demonstrated the task list, and this is the task list view. Now that same okay. So now this is the list view of this particular project, right? Now you can come here and look at Gantt what the Gantt chart view is like, right? You just come here directly, or you want to be able to see it. You want to be able to see the list a bit and the Gantt chart. Now, let's say you want to indicate that, okay, this is dependent on you want to create dependencies, right? You just come down here, right? And, okay, sorry, hold on. Okay, so it has indicated that this project, I mean, this task is dependent on this one, straight up from here. This is the Gantt chart view, right? Then if you want to, if you don't want to, if you, let's say you prefer the Kanban view, you just click here and it will show you what the Kanban view is like, right? So which means if you are going to, let's say you started, you just, let's say you started this project, you just move it here, right? Supposing this was, okay, this is, get back. Okay, this is supposed to be the first one, right? Let's say for some reason you started earlier. It was supposed to start on Monday, but let's say we started today. You just drag and drop it here, and then it's in progress. So which means the whole idea behind this is that you don't have to manually indicate that it's in progress. You just drag and drop. So these are the various views, right, that you can use to show your project. Especially once it has been planned out. So execution and monitoring, which you need to do from here, all of this is very easy and straightforward. Now, here you can indicate how you want the view to be. Like for instance, here it's only projects that all open projects that can be shown. However, you can select here that you want it to show all tasks, whether the ones that are opened, closed, and all of that, or you want it to show you only the ones that are closed, or you want it to show you only the ones that are overdue and open, or the ones that are unassigned. And or you can also show your view, like let's say because if you notice, it gives you the opportunity to create a custom view that, let's say there's a view that all of these selections, all of these options doesn't work for you, right? You create yours. That's one of the ease of use of Zoho projects. So basically, I've just been able to demonstrate how you can plan your project, because don't forget that your project management tool is actually meant to be a tool that aids you to carry out your projects, so that you'll be able to see what is going on. You'll be able to note where there might be issues and all of that, and resolve them. It also these are for all the tasks and the subtask milestones, task list, tasks, and all of that. Now you also have where you have issues. Issues are where you can indicate, let's say there are problems that came up while, for instance, let's say there are some aspects of the project, the task that as you were solving them, something else came up, let's say some issues or some risks or something. This is where you indicate them. You enter the issue just the same way that you enter a task. You enter the issue and the dates you plan to carry it out and all of that. So basically, your Zoho project, one of the Zoho project is very fantastic when it comes to being able to plan and execute your projects. So I think we are about wrapping up now. I don't know if, can everyone hear me? Is anyone hearing me? Hello?
Yes, can hear you. Cool. Yes.
Okay. All right. So at this point in time, I don't know if anyone has any questions that has to do with the planning and execution of Zoho projects. Okay, one more thing concerning my slides for Okay, hold on. Let me share this. I think subsequently they are going to be.
Richard,
Yes.
Richard, if you look into the chat, there are some questions that she was asking.
Okay, let me look for the chat. Sorry.
In the Zoom chat itself, yes.
Okay, hold on, please. Okay, one moment. One moment, please. There are questions on the Zoom chat that I need to answer.
Yeah, you just open the Zoom and then down in the chat, you will see it.
Oh, okay.
Well, I can just read out the question to you if you want. So the second question, well, he was asking between difference between Premium and Enterprise Edition.
Okay, one moment.
Non, il n'est pas payé les deux, non, allez. Je screen.
Okay, can you just read out the question here?
Yeah, so his first question was, on the mobile, can we view the tasks even if you are offline?
Yes, I think yes, there's the option of being able to view it offline. Yes, that's one of the advantages. It's not just Zoho project. For many Zoho products, you can view it offline. Yes.
And the second one would be, can we associate a task with a dependency?
A task with it. Yeah, of course. I think we demonstrated it. A task. There are many. Most tasks tend to be dependent on others, so you can actually do that. I demonstrated it earlier, right? And you have the option of hold on. Let me just show you once again. Okay. Okay. Coming to the Gantt chart view. I demonstrated it here, right? You can either go there or let me see, using the list view. You can go to the um, to the to the task itself, right? And then you see here it indicates the dependency. You can see that it shows it's dependent on the second 200 centimeter depth. You can do it here, or you can do it via drag and drop on the Gantt chart view. So of course it is possible to carry out.
Okay, and then the other question was, can we have a plan versus actual so we can see how much delay?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And
Yes,
which task cause the delay?
yes, you can. Yes. You have that you will have that under reports. Let me see if I can reach out here. Yes. Yes, you can. This is where you have plan versus actual, right? Yes.
Okay.
Have it here.
And then the last one would be, would there be an email notification to the user once the task is assigned to them?
Yes, of course, automatically. It's automatic. Once, for instance, this guy here, he must have gotten an email already indicating the tasks that are assigned to him. And also when he has to, let's say he's done and he closes it, right? An email will be activated immediately to indicate that, to, let's say, the owner and whoever needs to know that can also be customized also. So yes, it is.
Okay. That would be all questions. So thank you very much, Richard.
Okay. So my last slide, I just want to show these are suggested topics we could carry out later on. Workflow automation. We can do a deep dive on collaboration, resource utilization, timesheet documents to document timesheets. So I guess that's all for now. Any other questions? Okay, I take it there's no other question for now.
None, we are good. Thank you very much.
Okay, all right, thank you. Thanks.